Kanye Jebediah West. Yay Park Shakur. Okay, maybe I shouldn't really. Oh, fuck. So I fizzed it a little bit. Anyways, maybe I shouldn't really joke around as much with this video. What's up, what's happening? This big cat, aka Too Good as Shitty, but cut up. But if you haven't heard, and honestly, I hate to be that dude, but if this is 100% true, it would make a little bit of sense as to why Kanye does act like this. But it's been going around the interwebs. Y'all been heard a lot of this shit, and it is what it is. But if you haven't heard, Kanye put out like a song or whatever, and he also put out like some tweets as well. But basically insinuating that he was older, like around 14 or whatever, or he was older. I don't know if he was exactly 14. But basically he was giving his younger cousin Fellatio gelato. If you don't know what I mean, basically he was giving his cousin the Gok 3000. He was slobbing on his knob. He was basically licking his genitalia, if you catch my drift, you hear me, to his young cousin. So in a sense, he abused him. He molested him, if you want to say. Now again, disgusting behavior, but it kind of does, I wouldn't say a little bit. First of all, I feel bad for the cousin, and I've been hearing like the cousin got caught up in some bullshit too later on in life. So again, maybe this interaction with Kanye could have made him go somewhere else. Now I'm not saying this is the primary thing that made him go there, and don't get me wrong, I do see the people that's like, this is not an excuse for Kanye's behavior. I'm not saying it's an excuse. And also, bro, you messed up your cousin. That's crazy. Listen, a lot of the time you hurt the people that's closest to you. In this case, he really did that to his cousin. See, it's one thing. Y'all remember when we was clowning Tank, like, hey, listen, if you don't know what it is, if you like into men, you gonna go experiment. So you might have to go experiment a couple of times to really figure out what you like. You know what I'm saying? And if that is said case, that is said case. But like, it's different between two consenting adults that are just figuring themselves out compared to you doing that to your family member. That's just nasty. Now, hey, listen, I know niggas be watching Game of Thrones and shit. We be thinking incest is cool, and ain't. We ain't supposed to be doing that with motherfuckers that came out of the same hoo-ha as us. We shouldn't be doing none of that. But basically, it kind of does explain why Kanye is like that, to be fair. A lot of the time, you always hear me say, like, listen, I do feel like the Kardashians messed up Kanye a bit. I'm not gonna lie. I still have that take. But, like, just looking at Kim tried. I gotta give Kim some credit. She did try. As much as, yes, y'all might have messed him up a little bit, she did try to help him. She did. Like, again, we could say a lot about Kim Kardashian. I will not say she did not love that man. At least, and if she's acting, she's doing a fine, good job, because I believe she actually does care about him, or cared about him at the time when they were married and stuff. Probably still cares about him. That's still the father of her kids, regardless. I know she'll feel away if something happened to him. Like, we are human and shit like that. But anyways, with that being said, also sorry for the background. You know, you're the crib, it is what it is. But anyways, what the fuck was I talking about? Yeah, it would explain some of Kanye's behaviors, especially in his later life, of why he's doing some of this shit. Honestly, it kind of fucking would. But yeah, with that being said, it's just craziness to me. It is just crazy that this is happening. Why would you admit that? I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, this is just the ignorance of me. I get it. Sometimes you need to admit stuff and get it off your chest for growth or whatever have you. But I personally, not what I would say, I'll take this to the grave. I'll at least go seek help first. Because again, as much as Kanye's like, oh, they trying to put me in these hospitals to take my life, yada, yada, yada. This does need some help. You do need some therapy about this. You shouldn't have been doing that. You shouldn't have been abusing your cousin. And for him to say, like, we was recreating what we were seeing in magazines and all this other bullshit, like, there ain't no way one of them Playboy magazines or whatever you was looking at as a kid told you to go put your cousin's genitalia in your mouth, bro. That is crazy. And honestly, if Kanye's bi or even into men, it would make sense. The BBL rumors would be true at that point, which honestly, I would not be surprised if Kanye got a BBL, but that's a story for another day. But yeah, bro, it's just, I don't know where to take it, because I could sit here, I can make some jokes. And by the way, you changing your album name to Cuck, why? Like, a lot of this, sometimes I do feel like it is marketing, but like honestly, some of this shit makes sense. It's just a spiral. Like, I just don't know. It's not working with the music, Kanye, but hey, you're grabbing our attention. I clearly stated, I've said this multiple times, and at this point, I'm a broken record. We should not pay attention to him. But he keeps saying some salacious ass shit that you're like, wait, nigga, what now? We got Jeffree Star over here saying, because apparently in the past they were saying like, oh, Kanye and Jeffree Star, I call Jeffree Star General Grievous because he looks like the Star Wars motherfucker. But anyways, besides that, they had a little relationship or whatever. They had like some dealings, and you know, Jeffree Star came out like, nah, you know, we live in Wyoming or whatever have you, but like, nah, I ain't into Kanye, we ain't smashing or whatever. Now he's like, you know what? Hey, it's true, which I feel like he's clout chasing, he's trolling or whatever have you. He's just joking, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm not really trying to make too much jokes on this stuff, and because like, again, bro, it's always people in your family. And now it has me looking at Kanye that maybe he was abused as a kid too, to think that was okay that somebody in his family could touch up on him like that. Like, there's a lot of scars, bro. Hey, a lot of the time, bro, parents be leaving motherfuckers with people, bro. You don't know. If you really don't know that individual, bro, they could be on some bullshit. You never know. Bro, you never know. Some of that shit you think is funny or is cute in jest, but you never know. The amount of times I've just been somewhere and like one of my mama friends has seen me like, oh, they're my husband. Oh, if I was a couple years younger, your son, da-da-da-da-da. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, like, motherfuckers got to chill there. You can't talk to everybody like that. You know what I'm saying? And, like, the children should be off limits. Bro, that's like, it's a messed up situation. Again, I do have some sympathy for Kanye. If, like, you were mishandled or people took advantage of you at a young age, and because you had to learn that somewhere. You didn't just one day want to take advantage of your young cousin for whatever reason, like that came into your head or whatever have you. And like, bro, we seen this with the YG shit. YG on his song 2004, even though he said he liked it, he was with it, like smashing the shorty. He like, that still kind of fucked him up, even though he enjoyed the act of, you know, getting his rocks off and doing the relations with the girl. Or the aunt, I think he was dating the girl and that was like her aunt or whoever the fuck. But even though, yeah, he enjoyed the activity, like, yeah, he looks back on it like, nah, you took advantage of me, you was doing too much. Sometimes we don't see it in the moment, but later on as we grow, it is what it is. Like, bro, we can't be doing this shit. It's just one of those. Now, it was funny because I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast and Joe was like, man, you could have let YG have 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny as hell. But like, we just gotta stop. Honestly, it makes sense. It's like some of his behavior, I'm like, yo, was mishandled. It doesn't take away from the fact that he has said some very disrespectful, inappropriate, and hurtful things. And he starts to take accountability for it. But yeah, I can understand how that happening to you is fucked up. And you do get my sympathies, but it doesn't make it okay what the fuck you're doing. It doesn't make it okay. And I feel like he has a lot of yes men in a sense, or enablers around him that just let him get his shit off. But yeah, this was just a crazy ass story, man. It's just a crazy, like, yeah, man. Like, again, I ain't trying to make too much jokes on the matter, bro. I ain't gonna like Kanye, bro. Maybe I'm not gonna lie, because at this point, looking at Kanye, it looks like he is addicted to adult films. Maybe this is why. Maybe him trying to prove he's a man. Every time we heard him in the DJ Academics interview, he kept calling himself the F word. You know what I'm saying? Not the swear word, the one to disrespect people who like the same gender. You know what I'm saying? He kept calling himself that in the pink polo. So is that an insecurity you picked up young when you were doing this stuff? Because you wanted to see you manly and tough and strong and all this. Like, that's what you wanted to do? Like, that's really what I'm looking at and perplexed and confused at. But hey, I don't know what y'all think about this. Comments down below, links in the description. Besides that, it's your friendly neighborhood K.A. signing off for today. The Black TJ Deadweiler doing this thing. My name ring bells like Quasimodo. Hit like, subscribe. You trying to hit a little bit more, you hear me? And I'm gone. Slime Zoom, peace, y'all else, gang. Aye.